Hey there guys, gals, fans, and pals, John Megacycle here, an episode of Majesty. This is a really old-timey, I want to call it like a city management kind of a game with a fantasy feel to it. This game is unique in a lot of ways, and I just want to touch on them just a little bit before we get started. This is a game in which you set up a small kingdom, so to speak. You build structures, structures have function, and your main objective is to destroy all the evil in the land. And that's usually done by destroying layers. Layers come in all shapes and sizes. They could be rat-infested sewers, they could be goblin-infested castles, they can be just dens of evil, whatever. Now, the thing that makes this unique, aside from other fantasy games like this, is you don't directly control your units. All of your units are just given suggestions, and based on their, I guess, disposition, they'll do whatever they want to do for the kingdom. So, in this case, we don't actually control any of our own units. We just give them suggestions, and they hopefully do what we want them to do. So since this is the first time I've played this in, I don't know, a decade and a half or something, I found it on Steam, picked it up immediately. I'm like, dude, classic. We're just going to go beginner random. That'll give me plenty of time to discuss what's going on and how it plays. So we played beginner. This gives us a couple of things. A castle, a few support structures, an amount of gold at the top, a mini-map, and a couple of things to click around to try to better navigate ourselves. The castle is a level 2 castle, which is great. It comes with an accompaniment of palace guards, of tax collectors, and of peasants. Peasants do building for new structures, they repair structures, that kind of a thing. Right now you kind of see someone popping in and out because they're checking. Is there anything to do? Nothing to do. Anything to do? Nothing to do. Looks like they start off with a dwarven settlement. We can recruit dwarves this way. A ballista tower, which acts as defense, and a blacksmith. The blacksmith is actually a level 3 fully maxed out blacksmith, but we have to do the research for us to get any weapons. The way in which this game operates primarily is on heroes. These are heroes that, or these are individuals that have risen through the ranks of recruitment and want to better themselves either for monetary gain or for the kingdom or whatever. So we've got the dwarven settlement here. I'm just going to crank out a couple of dwarves. For here, our blacksmith, we're going to get this leveled up a bit.
Majesty, the local blacksmith offers new...
Very simply put, we pay for a research cost at the blacksmith or at the marketplace or at the potions bazaar or whatever, and that facility now can sell products to warriors, heroes, what have you. As a hero makes money by killing things, they can come here and...
Majesty, the local blacksmith offers new services.
With our new services here at the blacksmith shop, for example, a warrior or whatever can come and buy a new sword. That kind of a thing. Let's get building a little bit, shall we? This is going to take a little bit for us to get completely set up. I want a marketplace. I want a ranger's guild. I also want a warrior's guild. And these are all places, different places that heroes can come from.
Majesty, the local blacksmith offers new...
There's no real resource types. Oh, look at that. I didn't know dwarves could also build stuff. Excellent. The only resource type we have here is gold. There's not wood and stone and iron and all. It's just gold is gold.
Your Majesty,
Okay, everything's slapping together real nice. Let's recruit some rangers and some warriors. Let's research at the marketplace to get healing potions. That's pretty darn important. Alright, so it looks like this is infested with goblins. Goblins are pretty lightly armored enemies. They can be taken out pretty quickly by warriors. So, as I kind of alluded to before, is I don't control the hero. This is an Outlander, or Odin the Outlander, or a Ranger. It basically tells me what he's doing, what level he has, what equipment he has. He just expired, that sucks. But I don't control these guys. These guys just walk around and do pretty much whatever they want. But we're going to try to convince them to do what we want them to do. So I'm just going to get a few more on the field. Remember before when I said based on their attitudes or their disposition or whatever, they'll do certain things. Rangers here, for example, are great explorers.
Sovereign, your marketplace now serves you better.
I should tell that guy to shush. They're great explorers. They'll just tear out there and just go searching for stuff. I'm not telling him to do it. He's just searching. He's going to find a lot of these camps and these dens of evil for us. Warriors do a much better job staying closer to the Empire. They won't really go exploring as much as the Rangers. Same thing with the Dwarves. They'll stay kind of close. So this is a good building up force, trying to make sure we have peace and order within our realm. Everything's pretty much maxed out except for the marketplace. When you've researched all the research available at a facility, you have the ability to upgrade it. The building must have all researches done and full health. So I'm going to research Protection Ring, which is a level 2 technology here at the marketplace. I'm going to upgrade it again. Man, I'm sorry if I'm kind of geeking out. The nostalgia is absolutely crazy. Gosh, I miss this game. Alright, all the research is done. We can now go to level 3. Level 3 is the highest. It'll provide some additional resources, and that's about it. Can I check a ballista tower anywhere? No. Ballista towers are specific dwarven unique structures. Under normal circumstances, you put down guardhouses, and guardhouses provide additional structure defense for the Empire. Or Kingdom, I should say. I'd love a magic bazaar. Yes, please. I would love another Rangers Guild would be good. And another guardhouse. Now, you have to be super duper careful about expansion like this, is when you place a structure, it literally has 1 hit point. Someone can come in, pop this, and I just lost the investment money, which would be awful. So expansion has to be a little more calculated than what I just did, but this is beginner difficulty, and heck, I should be able to handle this without too much of a bother. You can hear him in combat. Okay. So as our heroes go through combat, they'll acquire monies. Let's see here. Under items, we'll have the money that has been untaxed and reported and untaxed, and then taxed and reported. Or unreported and taxed. Oh, it goes the other way around. That's why I was confused. Okay. Reported and untaxable, this is their personal cashy stash, can't be touched. This is unreported and taxable, which means they've gotten some spoils, they haven't talked to a tax collector in a while, they have to pay up a portion of this to the kingdom, and then how many healing potions they have, their gear, and any enchanted items will be listed here. Spells, this is a dwarf, he's not a spellcaster, but certain spells will be here, what they're capable of, and their stats, you know, good nerd stuff. Intelligence, artifice, vitality, will, hand-to-hand combat, ranged, parry ability, dodge, resistant, and strength. I don't know why I skipped strength. Oh, I skipped it because you see the star here? That means that is a specialty skill, and they gain more of that skill every level up. Let's go ahead and get some more research done here. Our guardhouse now has arrows and veteran guards. And get some more rangers on the field.
Now offers fine new elixirs, Your Majesty.
Hopefully with enough watchtowers and stuff, the kingdom, this little bit we have here that we control, should be able to defend itself. But we're getting there. Excellent upgrade. Okay, let's do a little bit more discussing on how expansion mechanics work. See this here? This is a sewer entrance, and it is indestructible. It's indestructible because this happens naturally as the kingdom grows in size, and it acts as a check. So if you really expand quick, you've got to deal with these sewer entrances. So, okay, so I didn't answer why it's indestructible. I should have just said it's indestructible, hashtag game logic. These things crop up based on how many heroes you have. So we're kind of expanding, more heroes are coming around, that kind of a thing. So that's what's going to bring up more structures like that. There's also broken sewer lines, sewer entrances. I think there's 1 or 2 more, but I don't remember. Ah, a house. These are structures that automatically generate money for taxation. And the cool thing about that is they're free. I didn't pay for that to be there, but it's paying me to be there. Okay. We got a bunch of dudes walking around. Let's check the minimap here. See all these yellow dots? These are dens of evil and need to be destroyed. Very simply put, our heroes, if left to their own devices, will eventually go pillage them. We can actually do a little bit of work forcing them to do it if we want them to. By double-clicking on a unit or a structure, we can give an attack flag, which says, hey, I'm going to give 200 gold to whomever comes here and destroys this thing. Now again, I'm not directly controlling who's paying attention to the flag, but by viewing heroes, I can see 3 warriors are heeding the call. Or whatever. So when they die, or when this structure goes bye-bye, is what I meant to say, they'll be able to pillage it just like normal, but I'll also have paid 200 gold. There we go. Nicely done. In addition to attack flags, there's explore flags. By double-clicking anywhere on the land, you can put this out. It's the same thing. You place a reward amount, and whoever's interested will come and get the flag. The second they get the flag, that's when it's decided the money's paid out. Pretty straightforward. Alright, let's get to a castle level 3. Depending on which castle level you have, that also dictates how many palace guards, tax collectors, and peasants are available. Okay, so it was a 1-2-3 before, or 1-2-4, now it's a 2-3-6. So that makes our kingdom a lot more self-sufficient, and we need less heroes to come and help defend us. Because our heroes are all out there screwing around anyway. Let's go ahead and get this done. There's tons of other hero types you can get. We've just really scratched the surface with our warriors, our rangers, and our dwarves. There's also all the temples. Each temple, I think this came with the add-on. This is the Majesty Gold Edition, not just Majesty. But anyway, each of these have their own special heroes that you can recruit. Also, they have their own restrictions. So I'm hovering over the temple to Kralm, and at the bottom it says no other temples are present, and a level 2 or level 3 palace. If I build this sucker, what's going to happen is... Oh, this is a good one. We'll see all the other temples have disappeared from my build thing, so I can't build any other temples. But I will be able to build some really unique units once I get this done. Yeah, see? Even though my marketplace is under attack, this dwarf just squizzled right by. Oh, he's building. That's cool. Yeah, he's not forced to defend anything. Heroes will by and large defend their own guild, and they'll defend structures that are important to them, like to their class or whatever, but like I couldn't, like that guy coming over here or whatever, it was just like, man, I want to build, screw you. Alright, so we have barbarians, which are fun. Also, I think we get warriors of discord. No, it must be with another... Oh, I think that's with Fervorous. But we can actually hire another kind of warrior at the Warriors Guild, which is awesome. But this still has the Rage of Kralm, and every single warrior in the kingdom, hero, whatever, goes pretty ape crap. So, where's a bunch of heroes? Probably right over here where we were. Da-ding! And they shout Kralm over and over and over again. It doesn't tell me what it is, but it basically supercharges our heroes a bit. Yeah, these barbarians are absolutely insane. They will just get into combat. They make great, great meat shields. They don't wear armor, barbarian, but... Oh, looks like we're on a Kralm juice. Boof, it's gone. It makes very quick work of a lot of things. Now, our main objective is to destroy these. So we're not trying to build up some bank account. We only really want to expand as far as we feel necessary. I don't know. Like, we could just keep expanding infinitum. But our main objective is to quell this. So dumping $1,500 or gold for that... what was it called again? Rage of Kralm is an important... Consider it an investment. The more stuff that we get smashed up that's in the enemy territory, the better, right? Can't argue too much about that. Yeah, now they're in slow-mo mode, but guess what? And let's get some attention over here. I only got 2 guys here killing the dens of evil. All these guys are running back. More nature-minded individuals like barbarians won't heed the call of money as much as like a rogue might. So it's an interesting balance with a game that you have control but you don't. Can I rage it one more time? Boom, rage it. Awesome.
We are victorious, Your Majesty.
The game seems fairly straightforward, like that's all there is to it, but there's plenty of other complexities. Like I said, depending on which faction or, I guess, race might be appropriate also. If you choose dwarves, you can't get elves. Elves aren't really recruitable, but they have a gambling house, which is interesting. There's other things, like if you get gnomes, you can't get dwarves either, or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of combination as to what you choose and what's going on. We're going to do one more beginner. It's just been a while since I played, and I just want to kind of get back into it. Okay. Temple to Dwaros, which gets us monks. Oh, and because we have a warriors guild and the temple, we can recruit paladins. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I would like a marketplace. Marketplaces have their own restriction. You can't build them too close together. See how I can't and now I can? So the thing is, you want to maximize your space, and since markets are the only structure that have this requirement, I always like to make sure that I have plenty of those laid out first and foremost. Okay, so I got marketplaces. Let's get a Rangers Guild. Rangers and Warriors are pretty good choices to start off, in my opinion. And we'll guardhouse it over there or whatever. Let's get some Paladins and some Monks. Paladins are pretty darn expensive. They're over 2 times the cost of a regular, or what are they? Oh, they're 2.5 exactly. So we're just going to make sure that we get those guys started off. But I'm not going to build a ton of Paladins. Paladins are more cleric-y type units. I believe they have some... Either they can destroy evil, like they can destroy undead better, or they have some curative abilities. I can't remember which. Okay, we've already burnt through $10,000. Dollars. I keep saying dollars. I've been playing a different game where it's literally dollars. We're already halfway through our gold. I'm just using some keyboard hotkeys and to get us going on over here. And I need a blacksmith pretty badly. And that should be all we're going to do for structures for a while. Alright, and upgrade our marketplaces because that is very important. Marketplaces will automatically generate a little bit of coin. They'll generate even more coin when someone comes and buys health potions. The other way we can generate some cash is something called Market Day. What Market Day does is it gives us a sudden burst of money, but it shuts down the market for a little bit. So it's critical to have 2 or more of these before we get started. Also, if there's any visitors inside the marketplace at that time, they'll get escorted out pretty quickly. So it's really a not bad choice if you're really low on cash. You need something to just fill the till, so to speak. Oh, there's our paladin. Shield of Light, Harm Undead. Specialization is Intelligence. Okay. Very cool. Well, and we're spent. Monks are Hands of Steel, Iron Will, Stone, Skin. Okay. So, some generic spellcasters. Level 12? Holy crap, did I start the game with a level 12? Roster. No, they just must really be leveling up crazy or something. That's strange. Huh, whatever. You're gonna hear me complain 0% about giving me a lot of levels. Teleportation amulets are important. We're gonna Market Day. And now we've got a crap ton of gold. A tax collector should be notified. There we go. Comes, brings it in, dumps it off when they have a certain amount. You can specify what that amount is. Yeah, it's usually 250. If he dies halfway through, then I don't get any of the money. Like, all the money is gone. So it's really important that the tax collectors come home. Cool. Teleportation amulets, upgrade that. So, a lot of combat happening, you might be noticing. That's great. Every kill, again, whoever participated in combat receives a little bit of money. And when they come back to home here, they spend it. They either buy new weapons for themselves, or they buy healing items, or whatever. I mean, there's a ton of stuff that the individual character can do for themselves. Also, each guild can have an ability as well of itself. The Temple to Dwaros doesn't have an ability per se. So there's nothing really here. Oh, Paladin, go. Level 9? Should be no problem.
The local blacksmith offers new services.
Yeah, no problem. The Rangers Guild, at a cost, we can just move the camp. Fully built, you just move it somewhere, and it's a great way to trigger exploration. Call to Arms for the Warriors Guild warps all the members back to base. Do it for funsies? Let's do it for funsies. Wah. Now they're confused because they don't know what the crap they were doing a second ago. Because now they're here, and now they'll do whatever. Oh, that timing was perfect. We got some freaking Ratman shamans. Ratman? Ratman. I like Ratman better. Okay, this paladin's getting literally... Oh, this monk. Getting literally punked on here. Do you have any healing? You don't. Someone want to help him.
Energies of light.
Holy crap, if they survive to tell the tale, that's ridiculous.
Energies of light.
Huh. Wow, that was a little bit disturbing, huh? But, another good day. Now again, this is the thing that really separated this game from other games, is I can't control any of that jumble scramble that happened. Normally, you would step in and be like, well, I can do certain things to help out. I can command these units around, and you're just incapable of doing anything. Which is liberating and nail-bitingly annoying at the same time. Now what you can do is, if you may have noticed this little bar down here, and I want to touch on this a bit later, but depending on certain temples and structures you build, you have access to spells. These spells are literally direct actions I can take on the battlefield that cost money. But again, I can't just highlight all my troops and tell them to attack, right? Like here, we've got not much left here. I would like everyone to go attack this. I can't just, hey, you, hello, hey, hi. Have I talked to you about our Lord and Savior, go attack this in the north? Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, go attack this in the north? No? Okay. So anyway. That's just something that when I first got this game, it was interesting and it was almost infuriating because I'm used to playing RTSs where I command everything. I can do as much micromanagement as I want. I can do as much, like, finicky ordering as I desire. I can do all that. Like, if I didn't do it right, that's my fault. But it's interesting, liberating, and annoying having none of that in your control. Anyway. I'm gonna wait for a palace upgrade.
Majesty, the local blacksmith offers new services.
Get that done, get that done. Okay, looks like we've got a couple of rangers looking out. Now, another thing. Let's talk about how some structures actually work together. That's another fine point I want to cover. We'll upgrade the castle later. A wizard's guild is important. A rogue's guild is important. And a blacksmith is important. This is a very interesting synergy that really helps. What a rogue's guild will do is when they have rogues will actively go out and find herbs. Herbs that are used for poison weapons, poison darts, poison swords, just poison salves, I guess would be the name of it. So what you can do is a warrior, for example, can also go to the blacksmith, buy a new sword. Go to the rogue's guild, get it poisoned. Go to the wizard's guild and get it enchanted. So let's take a look at this guy. See how his colors up here by his weapons are just like grayed out? That means he has nothing special. He just has sword. He just has standard sword, standard armor. Every warrior comes with that. But he can go get better stuff if he goes to blacksmith. Again, poison stuff if he comes to Rogues Guild, and a +1 enchantment if he comes to the Wizards Guild here to get it enchanted. So, by upgrading this, the pluses come up. Also, at the bottom here, I have access to more spells. So there's, under the covers, a lot of synergy things going on that might be difficult to see at first. In addition, the Rogues Guild has an ability of extort. I guess, not in addition, this is a separate thought entirely. The kingdom right now has about 3 taxable gold sitting in buildings and whatever. The tax collector is responsible for getting it and bringing it back. Extort gives me 2/3 of it instantly at a cost of the other third. So, let's do some math here. It actually says in the bottom, collect this number of taxes instantly at the cost of the remaining 1,300 gold. So if I were patient, I could get 4,000 gold. I'm not patient. I want the money. Clicky click. I now, bam, I'm right in the money. Not too shabby. Can I get my new... I can't. Not quite yet. Now, the thing is, you got to be careful becoming dependent on extortion. And, I mean, for obvious reasons, aside from me saying that out loud. But the thing is, you're losing money literally every time you click that button. So, it's great in dangerous situations. There, I just wanted the upgrade. Now I'm happy. It's great in dangerous situations when you just need some cash on the table, but you gotta be super careful. Okay, you know what? I think all of my heroes are coming out supercharged. That's the thing. Level 11? Yeah. They should be all coming out as level 1s. That's why this is so easy. But I did want a beginner. Like I said, I did want to just get back into the game. And this is all great. This is all from memory. Man, you ever just pick up an old game and it's like, I remember you as if we were just literally gaming like bros yesterday. And it's been like, oh crap, I haven't touched this game in like 10 years. Yeah, stuff like that. A library helps wizards learn more spells. So. But it looks like our time here is quickly wrapping up. Oh, rogues can also raid money from dens of evil. So you just stole all that gold. Here, see, coffers hold 10 gold. Rogues can also raid tombs. Burial grounds, if you will, and just, like, literally pickpocket, grave rob, whatever. Which is interesting, because it's a neat way to get more money into the economy, because now, you know, that character has more cash, but creepy all the same. Okay, let's get up a guardhouse. And I haven't built guardhouses in a while.
Our research in the library is complete.
Now, if you play a custom game of this, there's a ton of options you can set up as well to make the game more dynamic. For example, you could have passing mobs, like, I don't know, raiding parties come in and out of the territory, and there's just, bam, tons of units that are not yours, that are the enemies. And that's bad. So it's kind of the same thing like I've always said before whenever I'm playing like an RTS, is like always play as if you're losing. So we've got literally 2 structures left to kill, and then we win the mission. But I'm building up some stuff now. Yep, and just because I did, we hit another cap, and now we've got another sewer entrance. That's going to be great if I put another guardhouse or 2 here. Sewer entrances are actually a bit of a blessing, as opposed to just a bane. For the main reason is because they kick out random units kind of frequently. What that does is it allows my troops to have something to fight, and keeps their experience real high. So I put in the flag. 2 people want in on that. Let's turn it to 600 and let's see what happens. Should be a bunch of heroes being like, yeah, I went in on that. Yep, there we go. And see all the rogues are the ones popping up first. Like I said, rogues are far more money-minded. Oh, lightning bolt doesn't work on structures, okay. does work, however. Oh, out of range. Oh, right. That's right. I keep forgetting Wizard's Towers have range. We can get around that by building literally more Wizard Towers. Now, the cool thing is with the Wizard stuff, just real quick before the game ends... Oh, the neat thing about the Wizard structures is they don't require anyone to work or build on them. They're just auto-build, pretty much. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, done? Congratulations, you've won the game. I've never seen statistics. Okay, yeah. Gold spent, spent on spells, spent on flags, heroes recruited, killed, alive, average level. Yeah, not too bad. So you could always keep playing as well if you wanted, but nah, it's good. So that was like a first look at Majesty. I really hope I gave you guys a good idea of what this one's about. Again, definitely a gem. I recommend you try it. Also, a very strong departure from RTS games of the time. Being unable to control anything in terms of like how units operate, move, navigate, attack, or whatever, can be fun, interesting, aggravating, whatever, all at the same time. So thanks for joining me. My name's John Megacycle, and I hope to catch you next time.